So as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala taught us in the Quran, as a community, we fall in love with each other, we get married. Unfortunately, sometimes things doesn't go the way we wanted it or planned it. And Allah knows that, and He mentioned it in the Quran. And that is actually divorce. Subhanallah. And Allah put it in a way that it is not encouraged, neither it is condemned. It's something that is going to happen. But what do we need to learn? What is He teaching us in the Quran? The rules of it. What are the boundaries? What are the rights of the woman? What are the right of the man? Or what should he do? Or what she should do? And there's two places in the Quran where it is detailed, if you want to use the word. One of them is actually in Surah Al-Baqarah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it's almost 2 pages of the Quran. But the interesting thing is a whole chapter in the Quran is actually covering the divorce. And start that chapter, Ya ayyuhan Nabi. Subhanallah, Allah is addressing Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam, as if He is telling him, this is really serious. I am telling you, I want you to learn this. And which means I and you need to learn this. And He says, إِذَا طَلَّقْتُمُ النِّسَاءَ, when you are going to divorce the woman, because Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam, there was a strong opinion that he actually divorced Hafsa, the daughter of Sayyidina Umar, and then he brought her back. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling you and me what are the things that we really need to be very careful about. There is a waiting period. There is times the man cannot divorce the woman. What happens if she was pregnant? What happens if she was breastfeeding and the divorce happened? All these rulings in detail in the Surah Al-Talaq chapter of divorce. How about, because usually the waiting period is related to menstruation. What about if the woman does not have menstruation? What is the ruling? What is so interesting that we all have to learn that Surah Al-Talaq, the chapter Talaq, is only 12 verses. Out of these 12 verses, 5 times Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned the word taqwa in different way. And most commonly is وَمَن يَتَّقِ اللَّهِ, the person who practiced taqwa, because it is an action. Divorce is not something very easy. It's unfortunately something that causes harm, causes pain, ego goes in it, pain, emotions. And the only way for me and us as human beings to do it the way that pleases Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is to remember again the taqwa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that Allah is watching, Allah is allowing it, and Allah put boundaries. I need to follow these boundaries. For example, one of the boundaries Allah said is, do not harm them. Do not hold them, meaning don't divorce them so you cause more harm to them. He also taught us don't do that so she will not be able to marry somebody else. Do not let them leave the house, or the woman should not leave the house. This is all in the Quran, subhanallah. Now when we, and this is sometimes what shaitan brings inside us, if I am going to do this or I'm going to do this, I'm going to lose this or I'm going to lose that. And Allah said one of the most beautiful verses that the Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam said about it. There is a verse in the Quran, the person who practices it will be more than enough for him or her. وَمَن يَتَّقِ اللَّهِ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا. Whomsoever practice taqwa, Allah conscious, Allah will make a way out for him. And there is so many meanings of this way out. But let's say financially, if I am going to not obey Allah in the divorce, I'm going to lose money. Remember, you obey Allah, you be Allah conscious, Allah will find a way out for you. And I am going to go through divorce and life is going to be very difficult. وَمَن يَتَّقِ اللَّهِ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مِنْ أَمْرِهِ يُسْرًا. If you're going to follow Allah's rule, Allah will make it easy for you. Subhanallah. One of the interesting things, again in chapter Talaq, the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so much repeated in it. And as Allah talking about talaq or divorce, you see in between, Allah brings the result or what happened to a nation that disobeyed Allah. عَتَتْ عَنْ أَمْرِ رَبِّهَا. They absolutely did not obey Allah. فَذَاقَتْ وَبَالَ أَمْرِهَا. They paid the price for it. Subhanallah. And in also very interesting, at the end of Surah Al-Talaq, the last verse of Surah Al-Talaq, Allah talks about Himself and how He created heavens and earth and how He knows everything in the heavens, in the earth, and what comes in between them. لِتَعْلَمُوا أَنَّ اللَّهَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ. So you know Allah is capable of doing anything and everything. وَأَنَّ اللَّهَ قَدْ أَحَاطَ بِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ عِلْمًا. So you know Allah encompasses everything. He knows the suffering he or she is going through. He knows the pain you are going through. He knows the feeling of failure sometimes people feel. وَأَنَّ اللَّهَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ وَأَنَّ اللَّهَ قَدْ أَحَاطَ بِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ عِلْمًا. And Allah knows everything. Islam is a beautiful religion. And Islam is a faith or a religion that touch on realities. The beauty of Islam is that it has this sublime nature of a religion. It takes it serious, but also it takes it reality, teaches me. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect all the marriages, but these things happen. And what we all need to learn is when we go through this difficult time, remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Learn what Allah have taught us, you and me, in the Quran. Obey Him, follow it, even if externally it's gonna make us feel that we may be losing something. Remember, وَمَن يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَل لَهُ مَخْرَجًا. Whomsoever practice Allah consciousness, Allah will find a way. May Allah protect all the marriages. May Allah make divorce a way that to bring khair, as we've said many times in this series. Everything comes from Allah is khair. Everything Allah allows is khair, is good, even if externally it doesn't look this way. Ya Rabbi Ameen.